Hello and welcome back to Visiting the Cave, where men get to have their say. We're going to talk today about shacking up. This is a topic that my guests here are looking very forward to. But let me go ahead and introduce them first. This is Daryl J. sitting closest to me, Daryl M. in the middle, and Q on the very end. Now, I'm kind of old-fashioned. Now, I'm guilty. I've done some shacking up in the past. But my personal experience from listening to guys talk about this topic and observing, it's not the best situation for women. I mean, I really think old school thinking, if a woman wants to marry this guy, she should not shack up. But I'd like to hear what you guys have to say on it. I'd like to hear your take, because I think a lot of women believe that once they're living with the guy, the next thing is absolutely marriage. And I don't really think that's the case. So they really need to hear it from the cave.
Well, first of all, you said we were looking forward to shacking.
No. I mean, you're looking forward to the discussion.
I'll give you a hard time. My take on it is usually, not always, but usually it's probably a bad deal for the women.
Okay.
Especially if it's his place.
Okay.
Because as a wife, you have say what happens there. You can't be dismissed if it goes bad. But as a girlfriend,
oh yeah, you can be out if he's in the mood.
yeah, you could be dismissed. So it's usually not a good deal for women. Now, if you guys are engaged, a marriage date's been set, that's an entirely different, in my opinion, a different scenario. I don't know.
Okay, Q, what say you?
Shacking up does not, I repeat, does not mean that marriage is in the future. People have started shacking up because they want the crystal ball. They want to see in the future, and it's hope. If I can just get closer and get close, lock him in, keep him from, because if I had my own place, now she doesn't have to watch me. She doesn't have to stay outside my house. She doesn't have to see what my times are coming in and leaving where I'm at. But if we're together, it's a kind of and I'm not saying that men don't do the same, because there's a lot of stalker men out here too, but they're hoping. And seldom does a couple say, okay, we're going to try to move in together, and if it doesn't work out, we'll go our separate ways. And no, it doesn't work out. They don't think that far ahead. She's like, okay, we're gonna shack up, and hopefully we'll get closer, we'll buy stuff together, and marriage is just an evolution. It's going to happen. But when that time period comes and it doesn't happen, everybody's shocked.
Everybody? I don't think everybody. There's just one person shocked.
Yeah, there's always one. I'm sorry. There's always one person that's not in favor of it.
Okay, Daryl M., let's hear what you have to say about it.
You know, I'm old school, and I look at it as a king and queen thing. I'm a king, she's the queen. And if I'm a queen, I'm not going to go with a 90-day trial thing. If you want me, you're gonna get me, and you're gonna go through the proper channels. The old school philosophy with why buy the cow when you're getting the milk free. I myself, over if it's a long-term relationship, I'm going to lose interest. And I'll probably get with someone in 6 months because I've used you up, I've sucked you dry. And I'm not in that business. So I'm definitely against shacking up.
All right.
And he definitely just spilled the beans. I mean, he was perfectly honest about where some men are thinking. He used words like, I used you up. A man's not going to use those words. He said, well, I gave it a try. No, he used her up, and now he's finished. I really appreciate your candor. But he's absolutely right. A lot of us don't want to admit that type of guilt because in the beginning, it wasn't planned. A lot of us aren't trying to intentionally use. But when you look back on it, you be like, man, I used her in terms of emotion. I've invested or made her think that I was investing all this time into her, and she's for real. She's both feet in when we're one hand in with two legs and another arm out the door. Because there's always that option.
We're going to take a quick break. We are talking about shacking up at the cave.
2.
Welcome back to Visiting the Cave, where men get to have their say. Now, we've been talking about shacking up primarily for this segment, but you know, there are a couple things going on in the media right now I'd like to touch on too. And these are other things that women kind of have a feeling about what is right and wrong or what works and what doesn't. And it's always helpful to hear what men really think and say about this. Now let's talk about, I hate to say this, but you know, in the media, Demi and Ashton. Now when Demi landed Ashton, all the women were like, oh yeah, you go girl. Oh, she's got this young guy. Oh, he's hot. Yeah, she's a real cougar. How wonderful. And now things are really problematic for this couple. So what I want to talk about now is, does that cougar thing really work? Now, I personally am kind of old school. I don't really believe that a woman can really land someone that much younger than her and it can last for ever and ever, amen. But let's see what you guys have to say.
I say yes.
Temporarily.
No, I say yes permanently
kidding.
if the guy is mature, if he's at least 30 years old.
Well, we're talking about, he wasn't. He was in his 20s.
He's in his 20s.
She was 40.
Yeah, so now but if he's 30, say she's 50, it could work. He's 30 now. He's a mature man. He's been around the block. He knows
We
what
hope.
he knows.
30.
20 years is a good,
It can be
it's
done.
a good gap, my man.
But I know couples where it can be done. Now, if he's 22, 25, he's only been out of the house maybe a couple of years.
I'll agree that it's rare,
Yeah.
but very temporary. When you talking about Demi and, did you see how fast Bruce was like, thumbs up, you can go ahead and take her? I mean, they were all a big, happy family.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce was there. He was like, go ahead and take her. All she got was some young vitamin D. And as you can see, they are kind of, the relationship is wavering because
Oh, he's all over the place now. He's testing everything.
He is now starting to think that she's old. At first, he didn't see her age because she's so vibrant. She's a beautiful woman. And she was able to keep up to an extent. Now, Ashton is starting to...
Oh, he's hanging out with the 22-year-old.
He's smelling himself. He knows who he is. And now he, you know, she likes him because, I don't know what Bruce, you know, obviously she don't have to read to him at night. Ashton knows what to do and when to do it. So, but now he's starting to know, man, why am I stuck? Why do I have to date this dinosaur when I have a lot of life to live? And on some level, she has cut my life short when it comes to my dating world and what I could be doing versus what I am doing. I got a family. She's 100 years older than me. I like her. She's cool, but there's a big but. Now, Bruce was like,
okay, wait. We won't go there. That's a whole nother story.
Yes, okay.
Now, Daryl M., what have you got to say about it?
I look at it as a Steely Dan, Hey 19, where in the beginning it's hot, you know, because you're getting to find out about one another. The sex is always great with somebody younger. These young people know new tricks, you know. But there comes a period of a time, I'm a conversationalist, and I like to say, oh, remember this movie? Remember this? And they're like, no.
I wasn't born yet.
Right, yeah, oh, that's the big insult. I wasn't born yet, you know.
Man.
So you lose interest and you realize I have nothing in common with this person.
Okay, so but from the cougar perspective.
We like cougars.
The only reason I would even consider someone older than me is for peach cobbler. for whatever she can cook. I mean, I like to eat, and she knows how to, boy, go back there and get you a ham sandwich. I made a roast, and I made this. That you know, that's the only reason why.
It's a taboo. It's like, she's older. She don't have time for games. Cougars are great sexually. They don't have time for games. They know what they want. They're not afraid to say and feel and touch and do what you like, how you like, when you like it. Because they figure, I'm at this age, I'm not going to play no games. Here, touch me here. I like this. Sing it, say it loud. You know, with a lot of times, younger guys with younger women around their age, they're still learning, experimenting.
And they get to hunt.
Insecurities. You know, an older woman, you don't have to play them games.
Okay, well, thank you for coming and watching Visiting the Cave. Please remember to go to our website, www.visitingthecave.com, and check us out on Facebook on our group page. We'll see you soon.